What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another session of Coffee and Martial Arts. Salute, salute, salute. Cheers. Oh, yes. Really good coffee good this morning. Well, everybody, go get your coffee because we have a great show today. Yes, sir. But before we go there, you know me, I have to say the proper announcements. Remember that we are going live through our Facebook page, Master Frank Soto Kinetic Dragon. Please like and subscribe and share. Um, like and share this video as well. Okay, that really helps us a lot with the algorithm, and so we can get that positive message out of the martial arts for all of you martial arts enthusiastic practitioners. So please do so, and leave your comments or your questions. Remember, this streaming live, it's for you guys. Okay, you guys are the ones that are important here. Okay. Good. We're also going live through the International Hall of Fame Facebook page of Argentina. Yes, sir. This is a nice group of martial artists led by Master Juan Martin Alvarez from Buenos Aires. Okay. They also have a magazine. There's the cover of February cover. Okay. February issue. Okay. We also had an article there. That we publish, each month. We collaborate with the magazine and with Maestro Juan Martin and all this group of amazing martial artists, okay, that they're doing their thing down there. Okay, we're also going live through our YouTube channel, the Kinetic Dragon channel, okay? Also like, subscribe, and click on the little bell so you get notified every time we go live, okay? That's important. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for your support. I hope you guys are having a good week, okay, and that you're getting ready for the weekend. Yeah, so you can go have some fun. Yes, and keep on taking care of yourself. Remember, we still have the virus and all that stuff, so take care of yourself. It's not a bad idea to keep on using the mask and all of that stuff, and safe distancing and all that. Okay, so today, yes sir, there we are. We have our section of the month. Yes, it's the first Thursday of the month, and we have that section, yes, which is the Wayward, right, with my good friend and coffee and martial arts collaborator. Yes, she is a Filipino martial arts expert and a Taekwondo expert. She owns a studio in Sequim, Washington. Our good friend, let's welcome Guro Kathrin Sumpter. Hello, Guro.
Good morning, Master Frank.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Ah, yes. Good morning.
Okay, congratulations on the magazine, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Cool. Yeah.
That's a big deal.
It's a good thing. Yes, a good thing because we get to, send that positive message to more people. And the whole idea is to get more people interested in the martial arts so they can gain the benefit for, practicing.
Now, isn't that one of the publications that are still in print media?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Not too many of those left.
No, mostly are digital now. But right. It's nice to have the paper. It has some, some added value to it.
I agree. I'm still an old school paper person.
Okay. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, so we have some people saying hello. We have Maestro Gonzalo Reyes saying, salud, Master Frank, saludos. Johnny Restovic Carmona, saludos from Kempo Vitacura. Saludos, salud, thank you. Okay. I'm having some issues with the internet here. I don't know if you can see me well. Can you see me well?
I can see you okay. It's a little watery.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what the deal is. Hope it gets better. Okay. Alicia Aranda saying hello. James Burkle, hi, salute from Jasper, Indiana. Okay, Catherine AZZ, good morning from California, or Cat, I should say. Good morning.
It's my Bay Area girl.
Yep. Okay, so what do you want to talk about today?
I guess one of the things that's been coming up over the last several months is that so many of my empty hand Taekwondo students I've been turning them onto the weapons, primarily the stick fighting. And man, they just love it. I mean, there are times where I go to class where I have my students just, hey, can we just work on weapons today? So I've been getting a lot of that. And, I like it. I've been hosting a lot of stick fighting classes for my Taekwondo students. And it is standing room only. They just really love it. And so they've been wanting to purchase their own weapons. And I think that's a really great sign. If you're training in an art and soon the dojo's weapons, my weapons aren't good enough. You got to have your own. I think that's a good sign. I think that means that you've really adopted a love for the art. So I've been looking at my collection of sticks and my bow staffs and some of the knife stuff that I have. And there's so much to choose from. I don't know. Can you see me okay, Frank? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see you and hear you.
Good. I see you, but you have a freeze frame, so.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I'll just continue on. So when I think about the different kinds of sticks, these are mine. These are straight from headquarters. The Kakoi Dosei Pare's sticks. And I guess I just kind of wanted to show these to you because of the diameter. You have a little diameter. These are about 28 inches. And you have this tiny diameter, And these are like I said, these are straight from headquarters. And they're fast. They're light. They have a really nice feel. So these are mine. But there's so many types out there, and I think also if you order like from Century Martial Arts, who I love, I love Century, but they carry sticks with a bigger diameter for our big American hands. And so when you order, you can get stuff like this. I mean, this is about an inch in diameter. It's heavy, This is some heavy stick fighting. Okay. But I know that for some of the training that I've done with older people and people with a variety of health circumstances, they actually need this bigger diameter because of whatever arthritis issues they have. It's a bigger diameter, so it's easier to hold. And so there's value. There's value in some of these heavy sticks. Also, sometimes when you have the bigger sticks, the big heavy sticks, right, you can train with these and then fight with these, right, or perform with these. But there's a lot of different materials out there. One of the pairs of sticks that I purchased because I love the feel of this white waxwood, but man, it is loud. I rarely use these. They just get too loud. But yeah, this white waxwood is a beautiful feel. They're also heavy, Here's a hardwood. This is like a red hardwood. This is a nice feel, a little hollow. A friend of mine gave me these. You can hear it. You can hear the hollow nature. I love them. They're fun. Big diameter. Probably wouldn't fight with these. They'd probably break rather quickly. These have a jute wrap for grip, I suppose. But look how little they are. I don't know if you can see. But these are maybe 24 inches. Now, these are terrific for little kids. And I do have little kids that want to pick up these sticks. Like I said, they're jute wrapped, so they don't have to guess where the handle is. They're fast, they're light. Probably wouldn't fight with those. They probably break pretty quickly. What else do I have here? Now, these are foam sticks, big diameter. These I'll use for culata, which is culotta fighting is where you don't have any gear, right?
Okay.
Maybe you'll have a helmet, maybe you'll have gloves, that's about it. We also use these Action Flex foam sticks for culotta fighting. But again, I've had many older students or people with compromised joint issues, and they'll happily use these foam sticks.
Nice.
And they work just as well when you're trying to learn the art. These I got from Tack Knife. A lot of your audience knows about the Tack Knife company. And I thought, well, these are interesting, and I just had to try them, but you know, they're hollow. It's like a piece of PVC. These are great. They'll never shred, right? I rarely use them. I guess I kind of need to have the feel of the rattan or the what is it, bamboo?
Right.
Right. But these are like a really thick PVC pipe, but they'll just never shred. And yeah, I've never done any fighting with these. I don't know how they'll stand up to hitting a cage. But it's really interesting. There are sources in the United States where I buy sticks from, and I like to buy seconds, right?
Right.
Because they're cheaper, and you can go through a lot of them when your students are breaking all your sticks. And these are really nice. This is a beautiful stick, a nice feel, small diameter. They're fast, nice and light. But when you order these seconds, yeah, they're cheap, but it's a natural fiber. So if you order 20 sticks, they don't sell them in pairs, they sell them individually. So when you order 20 sticks, boy, you're lucky if you get 5 pairs, right? So that's what I did. I ordered bulk sticks, and you can see the difference, in diameter. I managed to find several pairs, so it's really good. So yeah, these are nice. I like those. So this is kind of interesting. We've been doing a lot of full contact fighting around here.
Okay.
And this stick that I've had forever, it broke. And so you got to see the porous nature of whatever. I'm not sure what type of material this is actually.
Wow.
I don't think it's bamboo because it doesn't shred the way it's supposed to.
Right.
Right? It's supposed to shred like that when it's bamboo. This action.
Right.
They're breaking all my sticks. What am I going to do, right? So I have to have plenty on hand. Yeah, I encourage my students, if you're going to come and do full contact fighting, you don't have to fight with your sticks. You can fight with mine. You don't want to break your sticks. Every time you come to class, you'll be purchasing new ones. Now, this is fun. I don't remember where I got these, but look at these.
Wow.
I don't think this isn't in a screen of stick. I can't even get it into the screen. Okay, let me see. I'm not sure how many feet this is.
That's big.
3 feet. Oh, look at this. It's a monster. It's even got like a skull and crossbone. Skull and crossbone on it. But look at these monstrosities. You can't even, have a normal grip because they're so big. But I've got 2 sets of these, and it's really fun to do drills with them because they're just so enormous. And so yeah, like I said, you train with this kind of monstrosity,
right?
And then you pick these up and fight, and it's like a toothpick. It's a game changer. So yeah, it's just kind of fun having different kinds of weapons, and I'm always curious to hear what your audience is doing about their weapons training. But I've created a bit of a monster with some of my students. All they want to do is weapons. Yesterday I was hosting a class. I've got some students who are on the threshold of testing. They're so close. Let's just focus on your testing material. No. They wanted to do stick fighting. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's great. I love weapons, and I'm a real believer that whatever you do, whatever martial art you do, any empty hand martial art will translate beautifully into a weapon art and vice versa. So that's what's going on around here. A lot of weapons training.
That's nice. That's so cool. I mean, weapons training, it's fun, right?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
Good. Okay, we have people saying hello. We have Jim Conan saying hello from Idaho. Hello. Carlos Villarroel. Buena tarde, Big Master in Symphony. Salute to the master guest from Manaus, Brazil. Obrigado, maestre. Okay, let's see. Meat Grinder Malone says, good morning from Livermore.
Bay Area. All right.
Morning. Maestro Scott James Sadwell, hello from Canada. Hello, sir. Last Sunday, we had a Zoom seminar hosted by Mr. Southwell with Grandmaster Larry Tatum and Master Damien Abbott and Maestro Roberto Almagro from Ecuador. And I did a little bit of teaching as well. And we had a great time. Salud,
Nice.
sir. Thank you. It was good. Let's see.
Sorry, I missed that, Master Frank. Gee.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
You'll do it again, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, well, probably. I hope they invite me again. I hope they liked it. Okay, let's see. International Hall of Fame says, saludos, maestros. Hug from the heart from Sifu, Ernesto Colbrenner. Saludos, Sifu. Okay. James Burkle says, for beginner, Hell Home Depot, eye coordination by some 3 to 4 inches cut half for practice. Cool.
That's a great point. There are a lot of people like a dowel. Sure. Yeah, very good.
Okay, thank you. Jaime Duran, salud, Master Soto. Saludos. What's up? What's up, my friend? Okay. So yeah, it's interesting. I always say that people go. This is a saying of mine that says that people go into martial arts schools or studios for the wrong reasons, but they stay there for the right ones, right? Meaning that a lot of people don't even know what to expect really or what they're going to get, but once they're there, they get hooked with the environment and the classes and the sparring or the fighting, and especially when you have a good instructor as yourself, of course, and the studio environment, it's positive and good, right? So then they get this kind of brotherhood and sisterhood, right? And I think that it's even more enhanced when you get to spar a lot. When you're doing a lot of sparring, you get that camaraderie. I don't know, that bonding, right? When you get to fight with somebody, you get that special bonding that can last, a life, actually, right? What do you think of that?
No, I think it's true, and I think that could be part of the component that is also pushing this thing forward that I've been seeing about these students that are just loving the weapons. Just real quickly, I wanted to tell you that right now when I see you, you're just freeze framed for the last few minutes. So I just wanted to mention that. I don't know if you're still having video issues on your end. There you are. Nice. Now you're live.
Oh, I can see you perfectly. I don't know what's going on. I have a good internet connection. I don't know. It's something wrong with the platform. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. I just wanted to know, maybe I was the only one who was having a problem. Maybe everybody else was seeing you fine. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Sometimes when you walk into a school, you don't always know what you want. And I think also I'm seeing these students that, they're at the sort of the beginning stages of their martial arts career. And boy, they pick up the weapons so quickly, because so much of what we're doing already translates, like I said, to wielding a weapon. So the concepts are not that, it's not that far apart, you know. So they're, even though, you know, I teach the Taekwondo and it's the Korean art, and we're doing a Filipino art when we pick up those sticks. But boy, they pick it up so quickly, you know. It's a pleasure to watch. Even the little kids, you know.
Right, right, right. I'm still listening. I'm still here.
You're freeze framed again. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
I
can't
just
help
feel
that.
like I want to tell you because I don't know if your viewers are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. So
No, no, just keep on talking. Don't worry. People
yeah.
hear you fine. It's my end of the problem. Like
No,
I
no, no,
said.
no. That's okay. Yeah, yeah. Just wanted to let you know. So, you know, the other thing we've been training into, and they love this. Oh, brother, even the little ones, they love this. But we've been doing a lot of knife work too. So I have my knives, and I've always loved these Sharkies. You know, the Sharky knives.
Uh-huh.
These are really good. These daggers. These are great training blades. And this one I love even more. I got this one in the Philippines. Wow, what a nice feel. It's just such the weight, you know, and I just think it's cool when people actually have a preference. You know, it means that they're really loving the art. They, you know, and I see, even like I said, the little kids, they'll sift through my, my sticks and they'll say, oh yeah, these are the ones that I like, you know, or I'll have students say, oh, I think I'm going to try these today. You know, they want to try a different material or something like that. And it just, yeah, it does my heart a lot of good when I see that they're thinking in those terms. And let's say they actually have a preference. And I had a grandmother come in the other day, and she wanted to, she's got a grandson who's got a birthday coming up. And so she wanted to purchase some sticks for him. And she said, you know, he really insists on picking them out himself. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be picking out somebody's weapon for them. So, and he did. He settled on a pair of sticks, and yeah, it's what he wants. So, but I was talking about the knives. Now these are really cool. I wonder how many. You probably have a lot in your audience that have been using these. But check this out. So these are really cool. You know, they're kind of big, right? But this is it's felt, and so you like put some blue chalk or whatever,
Right.
and then you wear a white T-shirt and you fight with it. See what kind of cuts you get. So this is very telling. You know, see what kind of cuts, where you cut. Yeah, these are cool. And then you change to a different color in round 2 or whatever. But yeah, these are neat. Fun. Weapons are fun.
And what do people learn when they use a weapon like that, a training weapon like that? What are
You mean
the
some of the knife stuff that we've been doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really, boy, talk about a more accurate view of where your skill set is and what kind of cuts you're getting. You know, we can train with these all day long, and we'll never really be sure. But with the felt ones, you'll know where your cut was and how effective it might be. And yeah, those are very telling.
And what is the student reaction when they get to use those?
Oh yeah, this is we've used these also in tournament in Texas one time, and yeah, it's quite a thing. You know, when you look down and you look at your T-shirt and there's a slash across your chest or whatever it is, it's, oh yeah, that's a problem. And there's also a different point system. Sometimes when you're using these, some people operate it differently. But there's things like, you know, you get a hand cut and you're done using that hand, it goes behind your back or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of neat ways to use these felt edged training weapons.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, they're cool. I've been just collecting a lot of stuff over the years. I don't have a lot of weapons.
You don't?
But the weapons that I do have, I don't have a lot of different weapons, but the weapons that I do have, I have a lot of different kinds.
Okay.
Like I have 6 different kinds of bow staffs. I've got, the sticks, a bunch of different kinds of sticks. Don't have a lot, but like the machetes, I've got like every kind of machete you could think of. So those are fun.
Well, that's a lot of weapons already.
Yeah, it's a lot. I guess so.
Yeah. It's funny that you said you don't have a lot of weapons, according to you, I guess, because I mean, I see a lot of weapons back there.
I guess what I mean to say is that the weapons that I do have, I don't have a lot of different kinds, but I have a lot of different types of sticks and bow staff. Not a lot of variety of weapons, but yeah, no, I hear you.
Well, still, I believe more than 2 or 3 weapons, that's a lot already. uh,
Yeah, just collecting stuff over the years.
I mean, mastering a weapon. If we go to ancient times, usually a warrior will master probably 1 or 2 weapons, but mostly one. If you go like ancient Japan, uh, a samurai will master probably the katana, and that's it. I mean, even though they might know how to use the bow and arrow and stuff like that, they will master one weapon to make sure that they did good in battle, right? I mean, this idea that the warriors would fight with 10 different types of weapons, that's a big no-no back in the days, because you didn't have the time to master 10 different types of weapons, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even nowadays, if you go like to war, soldiers will carry an assault rifle, and if they have a handgun, they're not. I mean, they're probably going to use 1, 2 weapons, right? The rifle, the gun, and that's it. I mean, how many more weapons? You might have a knife there just in case, but you're usually, and you're going to have one that it's your favorite, right? That you have much more mastery of it, and that's going to be your main weapon, right? So, I mean, mastering 3, 4, 5 different types of weapons at the level of mastery. Sure, you can.
Right.
Sure, you can use 5, 10 weapons or whatever, but mastering one for battle, really, like, let's say you have mastered your sticks or your machetes, right? And you're going to face a warrior who has a katana, for example, right? I mean, you don't want to be playing around with different types of weapons. You better be good with the ones you do have, because you're in for a challenge, right?
Right.
So I guess that's the same when you're training. Uh, if you're a stick fighter, even though you can be good with knives, you're usually a student will definitely, I believe, I'm correct me if I'm wrong, they will have a preference.
Oh yeah. So isn't that the truth? Yeah, they sure do. I think that's a good thing. You know.
Of
Well,
course,
and to sort of continue on with what you were talking about too, I think it was, well, and Sensei Axel would know this too, but I think it was Bruce Lee that said, what did he say? Something to the effect of practice that one kick
right?
10,000 times instead of 10 kicks 1,000 times, or something to that effect.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said he was like more afraid or more worried about a man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times than the one that knows 10,000 different kicks that practice it once, right?
Mhm.
And that's a point. That's exactly what I mean. Yes, thank you.
Right, right. Fair enough.
Okay, Scott Sudwell says, everyone loved your seminar, Master Soto. Oh, thank you. And yes, we will be doing a lot more. Great, amazing. Thank you.
I don't
Juan
want to miss that
Rodriguez.
next one for sure.
Oh, cool. Yes, yes, great. Juan Rodriguez says, greetings from Laredo, Texas.
Texas.
Greetings.
Right.
Yeah, I think, um, I mean, mastering, just mastering martial arts, empty hand martial arts, it's a big challenge. And then adding weapons to it, I mean, of course, it's I believe it can be more fun, that's for sure. But mastering a weapon, it sure as hell demands more from the individual. Or am I wrong?
Oh, I think there is something to be said for the how empty hand can translate into weapon wielding. I guess I've seen evidence of it when I have my empty hand students pick up the weapons for the first few times, and the learning curve is really fast.
Right.
And I have heard the popular phrase, especially with sticks. Well, a stick is a stick is a stick, whether it's a eskrima stick or a bow staff or a nunchaku or a three-part weapon, a three-part stick. I think there's some truth to that. Some of the concepts are really the same. I don't know. Here I say that at the same time when I think about Kakoi Dosei Pari's eskrima, one of the cornerstone concepts is to keep your full grip.
Okay.
I mean, you're going to keep this full grip, and when you wield a bow staff, you really don't. That bow, you wield the bow, you slide it in your hands. So yeah, some of the concepts are different, but yeah, I do see my students picking it up really quickly. So yeah, I think the empty hand. Maybe it's because they started with empty hand techniques. I guess I've never really gone the other way. I don't see myself teaching my stick fighters empty hand, although we have empty hand concepts for sure in the Filipino arts. But wow, they pick it up so fast. It's fun to watch.
Interesting. Maestro Sammy Ibrahim saying salute from Ohio. Salute, my friend. Yeah, well, in Kempo we go empty hand first, and then once you're at a high level, an advanced level, that's when you start using weapons. Actually, you start using weapons when you're in a brown belt level, meaning that you already have at least 3 years of training empty hand.
Oh, okay.
And then you add the weapons on top of that, and then you can become, maybe an expert in weapons once you're in a black belt level, and you are using the weapons from the same platform or applying the same moves that you learn empty-handed. So it's the opposite methodology than the Filipino ones, right? In the Filipino arts, from what I've seen, you learn the weapons first, and then when you do the empty-handed, it's based upon the weapons, right?
Absolutely. What do you start with in Kempo when they reach that level where they're going to start their weapons training? What weapon do you start with?
Well, actually, the first weapon is the long staff or the bow.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
wow.
That's the first weapon. And then we go into what we call clubs, which are sticks.
Okay. Are they the shorter sticks?
A little bit shorter, yes. I don't have them here with me. No. Yeah, they go from you grab them with your fist, and they go to the elbow, a little bit past the elbow. So they don't go all the way to the shoulder. So, and that is because when we use the Kempo motion, we might trail the stick inside our arms.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's a Kempo.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So if it's too long, you're going to hit yourself, right? So it has to measure the length of your arm. And so it takes in consideration that the trailing of the wrist, so it doesn't hit you.
Right.
And then the third weapon that we use are knives. And in some schools, they use the nunchuck. The nunchuck was introduced into Kempo back in the 70s, but never really got that popular, though it's still a weapon. But mostly we use the staff the sticks or double clubs, as we call them, and the double knives, and
Oh, nice.
they are used from, for example, you learn the technique empty-handed. I don't know, a very popular one, five swords that we use, that we block, hit, and we keep on hitting, and then you do the same with the clubs and with the knives. Basically, you learn.
Oh,
So, and
nice.
that is created. So you in Kempo, you're learning an alphabet of motion, right? So you learn, your basics are letters of that alphabet, right? And then you learn to create words and sentences of motion. That's how we call it. So those letters and those words should be able to communicate, right, the motion with weapons on top of them.
Sort of building blocks. Yeah.
Yes. So it's a progressive type of thing, right? And it's very standardized. I believe it has to do with the Japanese influence in our art. Kempo, meaning
How so?
it's a Japanese word, right? So we have that Japanese influence of, progressing, right? The method of progression and building blocks, and going from A to C, and then adding, and that's a big thing with the Kempo art. But I really like the approach of the Filipino arts, because I have to say, I think it was back in '96, when I was a color belt still. I remember I went to a seminar with a Filipino master. What was his name? I think it was Bert Levitan or something like that, from the Siete Pares school in San Diego. He
Oh, in
came
San
here.
Diego. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came here to Sonora and he taught a seminar. And when we got to the seminar, I remember I was with a friend, and he said, "Are you going in?" And I said, "I'm sorry, we don't have sticks. We didn't bring weapons, right? We didn't know." And he said, "Don't worry. So I'll lend you a couple," he said. So he brings out this like little case. He gets two machetes handed to me and a couple of machetes handed to my friend. And he said, "You guys are going to practice with machetes." We were doing, the stick um, drills. And I'm like, right. I was young. I was like 24, 25 back then. And so I put it this big, like, "What? Are we going to cut ourselves?" I said to him. He said, "No." He puts on a big smile. Very, very nice man. He said, "Don't worry. You're not going to cut yourself. I can assure you." He said, "Fair enough." We started working with the machetes. We never touch our hands. We were so careful. I mean, the awareness that you get from working with live weapons, right? I'm not suggesting that you do so, but this was my experience, right? This was 26 years ago. I guess it was a different era. I mean, he could carry the machetes in the plane. That's way different than what it is now.
It's a lot different. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did all the exercises, the crossing or whatever, Sinawali or whatever it was.
Yeah.
With the machetes. And
Oh, is that right?
And it was
Wow.
so fun. We did it for like an hour or so. We had such an amazing time. I still remember it today, because of it. So yes, I see the value.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You were using regular real machetes
Yes.
to do double.
Yes.
What?
And it was my first time doing that.
Really? Well, that's
Yep.
quite an. Gee, I don't think. I mean, I've never done that.
No, I mean,
No, I've never done that.
When the instructor handed it to us, well, he was the teacher of the seminar, and I mean, we were kids, and my first reaction was to grab them and said, "Are we going to cut ourselves with this? Isn't this dangerous, right?" He said, No, don't worry, you're not going to cut yourself. I can assure you." And we did it, and we did it for over an hour. And you see,
oh my gosh, I love that! What a great story! It's like,
you can even see the sparkles, right? When the blades hitting, bling, 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 and the noise, and everybody looking at us like, "What the hell?" And we were just having a blast. It was amazing. I mean, adrenaline, of course, all the way to the roof, right? I mean, you're using live weapons. Like I said, I wouldn't suggest it, but that was what the instructor gave us and said, "Don't worry, do it." And sure enough, nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. We learned a lot.
You wouldn't suggest it? Are you kidding me? I'm doing it. It sounds like fun. I've never done anything like that. I mean, I've got tons of real machetes back here. Never thought to pick them up. But I guess the punchline in that story is when you said, aren't we going to cut ourselves? And he said no, because he knew how careful you were going to be.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right.
And we were. We definitely were. But at the end of the hour, we were picking up speed and everything. We were doing, the drill.
Didn't it destroy the machetes? I mean,
oh, sure. They were all dent. Sure.
Oh, that's so cool. That's great. That's great.
But
I got to try that.
They still had, they could still cut you. Not nicely, of course, because it was all dent. But yeah, we were going blade to blade.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
It was an amazing experience. I wouldn't suggest it. Again, I'm not a Filipino martial arts expert, so that's not the way I teach. But the experience was very positive for me back in those days. It was fun, and like I said, I trusted the instructor, and nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. We learned a lot. So yes, it was interesting, right?
Yeah, that is interesting. That is really cool.
Yeah. Okay, we have people saying hello. MJ Lee, hi masters, respect from South Africa. MJ Lee, Kung Fu champion. Thank you, champion. Salute to all the people in South Africa. Mary Helen, hello, maestra, says, I love watching Master Tatum and Mr. Vigoriux with the Screamer's amazing Kempo. Yes, agree. Wow. Beautiful. Yes. Thank you
I'd
for
love to see that.
Yeah. So like I said, I do see the value of adding weapons. And yes, I think it becomes an amazing tool because I've seen a lot of the Filipino practitioners. I do like the Filipino arts a lot. I appreciate them a lot. And I see how fast they learn, because they include the weapons from the beginning, right?
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then once they go into empty hands, I mean, they already have all the patterns down because of the weapons. And I believe when you're using a weapon like a stick, like double sticks or something, you can see the pattern of motion much better than just with empty hands.
I agree. And there's so many options for those double stick patterns. You can get so proficient. Sometimes I'll tell my students, and I know I have a friend watching right now who's a real katana sword guy, which is it's a very sophisticated art. I actually tried it, the traditional samurai sword training with the katana. It's very difficult, and Sensei Axel again could speak to this so much better. But I know that there are people to this day, that will vie for a chance just to draw their sword before the royalty and the aristocracy in Japan. And I tried that. I tried just drawing the sword. I thought, well, I've been doing stick fighting and martial arts for a long time. I'm going to be able to pick up this sword stuff pretty quickly. Not so much. No.
Right.
So it's definitely, in my estimation, it's probably the most sophisticated weapon art. And I would say stick fighting is just the opposite. It's not terribly sophisticated, but it can get very complicated. And those drills, when I think about dosei pares, 12, based on 12 strikes, 12 blocks, some of the patterns we do will go up to 12 counts.
Okay.
Open chamber, when you're in an open chamber position, you can go into your 12, trying to get on 12 counts. And then, of course, closed chamber on the right and the left side, so you're on your dominant and your non-dominant side. And you can get into these complicated patterns. It's so good for your brain, right? But I also see my students challenging each other to see who blinks first. Who's going to mess up first? You have a pre-choreographed drill that you're going to do. You're going to do 4 through 12 on the right and the left side. You're going to do it with switches. Okay, go. Right? And so it's really fun to watch people get competitive with each other and adopt that sensibility. Yeah, who's gonna choke first? Who's gonna mess up first? Because it won't be me, it'll be you. And so that's fun to watch. It's a healthy competition. I guess what I also see is this idea about holding your concentration.
Right.
If you rep through one of these drills once or twice successfully, well, congratulations. But on test day, you'll be looping through a drill until it's time to stop.
Okay.
And you need to be able to hold your concentration
Right.
for as long as it takes until your instructor is satisfied.
Nice.
that you can truly maintain that concentration. I think it's super valuable. It's so good for your brain,
I
and
agree.
yeah, it's a really good way to have students be competitive with each other in a good way.
Nice. We have some more people saying hello. Seabrook Martial Arts Academy. Salute, my friends. Salute from Canada, Frank and Catherine. Salute. Jamie, thank you, sir. Okay. Maestro Ibrahim says, most of the southern Chinese ships that operated on the coast of Canton and Fujian carried a rack full of double knives, which are currently known as Bar Cham Dao or Bat Cham Dao. Okay.
I wonder, double knife, is that like a double edged? I'm not sure what a double knife.
Well, in English, people call them the Wing Chun butterfly knives.
Oh, okay. Yes. In that case, interesting.
Says,
okay.
That is why most non-Chuan Southern Chinese martial arts include them. Cool.
Very good. Okay.
And then he says, they are the base of Senior Grandmaster Parker's weapon methodology. Let's agree to disagree, but thank you for sharing, my friend. Yeah, that's their theory, that these are the base of Mr. Parker teaching. But Mr. Parker used the Bowie knife. That's what we used in Kempo, a Bowie, and it's double edge. But yes.
Now the Bowie knife. Now that's the big. That's a big knife?
Yep. So that's why they see it together to this other art, to the butterfly knives.
I see.
And then he says, police reports state that the Tong members use them to fight their way out of situations where they would get surrounded.
Wow.
Okay. There's definitely an influence in the Kempo system of the Chinese arts, and there could be a difference, of course, of this butterfly knife, but it's not, let's see, it was never verified by Mr. Parker, right? But this is good information. Thank you, sir. Anything in Chinese called a knife in single-edged Dao, and anything double-edged is called a sword, no matter the size.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
Great. Cool. Bat Cham Dao are single-edged, but the real ones do have the same edge on the back that a Bowie knife does. Okay.
Very knowledgeable. Yeah.
So one of the things that I like about Sammy is that he is really good at investigating and following history and stuff, and he has done an amazing research, and he has some very cool facts that he has found, and he shares when he collaborates here on the show. So thank you, Maestro. But of course, some of them are also theories, right? Because of the research that he has found. And it can be, of course, debatable. But like I said, his research is amazing, my friend. And you, of course, are welcome to come to the show anytime, because he's one of our main collaborators, and share all of your knowledge, my friend. Also, Kempo Joe Ribello, Maestro Grandmaster Ribello also has this. Another one of the historians of Kempo has this. A lot of very
Encyclopedia.
interesting facts. Yeah, a lot of very interesting facts about the Chinese influence in the art. Uh, uh, so cool, thank you. And yes, in Kempo we give value because of American Kempo founder, the late senior grandmaster Ed Parker. He taught, in his art that for every movement there was an opposite and a reverse. So we give value to opposite motion and reverse motion, and that's something that you have to learn when you're learning the art. You have to explore. So when you have a knife, that's why we use a double-edged knife, because you're cutting with the forward motion and then you're cutting with the reverse motion on the way
Oh,
out.
very good. Yeah.
Okay. And you can also use one side of the blade and the opposite side of the blade. And that kind of, we can say that completes the category of motion, the opposite and the reverse
Oh,
motion.
very good. Yes.
Okay. And that was a very big and important conceptual thing for Kempo, from Ed Parker's Kempo. Okay.
So, just so I understand what you're saying. So you have the cut, but
Right.
then to complete the motion, I'm not sure. So rather than this being two motions, it's actually one. It's the forward and the reverse.
Okay, let's say you're poking, right? You're thrusting with the knife. So you're going straight in, and maybe you're thrusting, I don't know, the shoulder, for example, the opposite shoulder of the person, right? So you go in, you might be cutting the guard in the way in, and then hitting the opposite shoulder to control or to cancel the width. So when you go in, right, when you come back, if you change the orbit a little bit and you use the back of the blade, on the way back, you can what?
Yeah, you'll cut them that way too.
You can cut the neck, right?
Right. I see. Here,
Okay.
here. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
And that's the
fair
main
enough.
thing in empty hand in Kempo as well. When we go in with a back knuckle, for example, and we hit somebody in the face, on the way back, we might pull the hand on the way back, for example. Right?
Very good. Very good.
So
And that's one motion.
Yeah, so we give value to the forward motion and to the reverse motion of the weapon.
Very good.
It's
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I love that.
It's like a concept, a conceptual thing, right?
Yes.
Jimmy Aguilar Yepes, saludos, salud, and good afternoon. Buenas tardes, saludos. Master Juan Martin Alvarez said, salud, maestros from Argentina. Good. You can still hear me okay?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You're freeze framed, but that's okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna move this way and then.
There you are. Yes, now you're live. Oh, no, not anymore.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what the issue is, but it happens sometimes. That's the thing about going live.
Yeah.
Okay. James Birkle says 5 Swords is a good example. Yes, 5 Swords is a good example.
What's 5 Sword?
That's a technique I was mentioning earlier. When you go in, in 5 Swords, somebody does a roundhouse strike. So you go in and block the strike, then you chop the neck, then you poke the eyes, then you hit the solar plexus, then you hit the other side of the neck, and you hit on the back of the neck as well. Okay.
Well, so this is an empty hand. This is all empty hand, right?
Yeah. But like I said, you build on that. So if you use knives, you can use the knife, in a regular grip pointing up, the blade pointing up, or in an inverted grip, like I said, opposite, right? So let's say you're grabbing in an inverted grip. So you go in, instead of just blocking, you go in and cut, right? Boom.
Yes.
You cut here. And then from there, you go to the neck, and you might just, pinch or just cut the artery there, Okay, if you have the other one, let's say you have one inverted and one in a regular grip. So you poke with the other one, you might hit, right? Yes. So you block, you cut, okay? Then you hit,
Ah,
you poke the eye, and then you hit with the butt of the knife. Then you can slice him again and then stab him in the back of the neck with the last one, the one that you have inverted, for example.
yes.
Uh, or if you have them both facing up, you can also look for different types of cuts. In so that's the thing. That's why we add the weapons after, not at the beginning, because
So
of
you're
those.
learning some of those concepts and some of those motions before you put a blade in your hand.
Yes, and that way,
Very
by
good.
the time you get into the weapons, you already have all the concepts and the principles and the motion, right? And then you add to it, and that's why. And one of the things is, it's not a rule. It's not like a rule, but usually the kempoist will have one weapon that he or she prefers,
How
right?
about you?
I like the clubs,
Ah.
so I'm a stick guy. Yes, definitely. I mean, I like all the other weapons, but I prefer the clubs.
Yeah, you'll
Actually,
gravitate towards something for sure.
yeah, and the thing is, I don't see myself in a fight cutting and stabbing someone. I'm like, "Ugh." It's just me. I see myself, and I'm sorry, don't get this wrong, but I can see myself shooting someone. I'm also a firearms instructor, but for self-defense reasons, of course, right? I can picture myself shooting at someone, but I cannot picture myself cutting someone. So if you have that type of blockage in your head, it's not a good weapon for combat for me. The knives,
Wow, yeah,
right?
knife fight, that's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer a stick, and I don't think I would have problems hitting someone with a stick. I mean, this is just conceptual thinking. If you're going to war, right? It's not about being violent or anything like that. But I mean, you are learning martial arts, so I guess you have to question yourself at a moment if you would use them or not, right? And how would you use them?
You
Uh,
know, and I think that there's a lot of people in this world that are answering that question for themselves to this day. I mean, at the risk of bringing up world affairs, the people who are taking up arms, in the Ukraine, people that have
exactly.
maybe never wielded a weapon or had any kind of confrontation in their life, and they're prepared to go out there and do what they have to do. I suppose that you really find out, what you're made of, and
Yep.
it's quite a thing.
Yep. It is. Okay. Mastermind says, "Salute, everyone." Salute. Thank you. Okay, so we're running out of time. I'm sorry about this problem with the transmission. Uh, I don't know what problem is. I already checked on the internet.
Oh, there you are.
I already checked on the internet speed, and I'm getting over 200 megabytes, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I don't know what the deal is with the. I'm not an expert in this thing. But anyway, I wanted to say thank you so much. This was cool. I really enjoyed the weapons class. And
That's
if you want to,
fun.
if you want to add something before we go, please.
Well, I think that one of the I do like the Kempo method that you were talking about. That when you learn some of these concepts and then you put a weapon in your hand after a few years of training. I guess the way I do it in my school is different. I guess once I see that a student has a mindset that they can handle picking up a weapon and wielding a weapon, being conscious of the people around them. I guess that's good enough for me to give them a chance.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So if people want to get in touch with you, there is the website, squimmartialarts.com. There is the phone number, 360-775-0542. I strongly recommend that you do so. If you are from the area, go and learn from Guro Kathrin. I know you will love it. That's for sure.
It's
Okay.
fun.
Uh, and also, they can contact you through Facebook, right? Swim Martial Arts, Swim
Yes.
12 Pares. Okay. Uh, there we go. Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much. And thanks everybody that commented today. Mr. Abraham says, thanks for humoring my long-winded comments. Love you both. Be safe. No, man, thank you. You are amazing, my friend. Thank you. Be safe as well. Kat says, ciao and stay safe. Hugs and kisses. Thank you. Okay. And Mr. Berkel says, thanks, appreciate, and enjoy. Thank you. And thank you, Guro. Thank you very much. This was
Thank you,
amazing.
sir. Thank you.
Salud. Cheers. Take care. And bye-bye.